my God, have you seen the news today? Not Brexit. The news that nearly 500,000 people have entered the ballot for the London Marathon next year. Oh my God! That is absolutely crazy. Last year's entrance was a record, and apparently this year there's another 10% of people who want to run London. Oh my goodness, it is going to be absolutely fantastic. But that does mean it's increasingly hard to get into the marathon if you really, really want to be running London. Apparently, 56% of the applicants to the ballot this year are completely new to the marathon distance. I mean, that is fabulous for us who are so passionate about the sport and running marathons. And 48% were women. Good on you, girls. Okay, so there's loads and loads of people who've signed up to the ballot, and unfortunately, there's still only 40,000 odd spots to run, and it's increasingly more and more difficult every single year to secure yourself a spot to run London. So I am going to give you my 5 ideas about how you can get yourself to the start line. Okay, so idea number 1 is sign up with a charity. Now, the charity, the lead charity this year is MenCap. Why don't you contact MenCap and see if they've got a spot for you to run? MenCap are a fabulous, fabulous charity. I know plenty of people who are already in the MenCap team. Why don't you give them a call? Second is there are loads of the other big charities, all the charities that you could name off the top of your heads. They will also have hundreds of places going to run London next year. So think of a charity that's close to your heart, and and give them a call, email them, see if they have a spot that you could help them with their fundraising to secure yourself a spot to run London. Now, a lot of the big charities, they do ask you to raise, a fair amount of money, a good couple of £1,000s. But don't worry, you've got plenty of ideas for how you can get your fundraising off to a great start. But the other thing about those big charities is they're very, very popular, and everyone knows them, and they're inundated with people who want to run London for them. So sometimes the bigger charities are not the best ones to go to if you're desperate for a spot to run London. Sometimes the better charities to ask or to find out if they've got spots are the smaller charities. And one of the better ways of finding out who's got spots for London Marathon is my tip number 2, and that is to take a look at a website called Crunch, and the address is what is it? It's crunch.org.uk, and Crunch is a website. There's like a charity clearing house for people who've got for charities who've got spots to run London. And what you'll find is a lot of the smaller charities advertise their places on Crunch because they just don't have a wide enough audience for people to contact them directly. So that is a great place to go and find a charity. And my advice to you is to apply for a number of charities that that mean something to you, they're close to your heart, because that will make your fundraising a hell of a lot easier. Okay, third tip is to train like a complete maniac and get yourself fit and fast to get a championship spot or a good for age spot. Now, if you want to run London next year and you are not a runner, that's probably going to be a little bit difficult. But if you've got running, you've already run a few races, maybe you've run a couple of marathons already, it might be something that you could aim for. Now, what you need to be doing is to run a pretty fast time. And you need to get your application in for your good for age time around about August. Check out the London Marathon website. Full details are on the website. But even if you do run those times, it's not guaranteed any longer. And they're advising people, even with good for age spots, to apply in the ballot as well. But you will find out if you've got your place a little bit earlier. So that is another way that you could get to the start line. Okay, number 4 is to enter competitions. Enter as many competitions as you possibly can. You know, the sponsors of the marathon often have a number of places available. So things like, you know, sponsors like Lucasade, Buxton, Holiday Inn, check out their websites. Just keep vigilant. You check out social media. You know, they will have competitions through the course of the year, giving away spots to run London. And people do win those prizes. And I have a very good friend who ran, I can't remember which, where she got her spot for, but she's a big member of my Facebook group, and she got her first London spot in a competition. So it does happen. You know, you've got to be, you can't win it unless you're in it. So get in it, get applying, get into those competitions. And number 5, is to join a running club. Now, running clubs get allocated places to run London based on the size of the club. So a small running club may only get 1 or 2 spots, but some of the bigger running clubs might get a few more. Now, each running club generally has their own rules and regulations as to who they allocate their London Marathon spots to. So join your local running club. You never know, they might be holding a ballot, or they might give their spots out to, you know, the biggest improver at running over the course of the year. It's not always the really speedy runners who get club running spots. So that is another great way of securing yourself a spot at the start if you're not lucky in the ballot. Okay, so if you are in the ballot and this is your first marathon that you're planning to run, good luck, good luck. You're going to find out in October. It's usually around the first week in October. They never tell us. The letters or the emails just start dripping out. So everyone's like nervous and going, oh my goodness, have I got a spot? So, you know, you won't find out until October. But if you are desperate to run London next year, use my 5 tips to find yourself a spot. And I also suggest if London is going to be the marathon of your dreams, the marathon you're going to be running next year, or if you're going to run another spring marathon, why don't you come and join my fabulous Facebook group, London Marathon Training and Support. It is the group for running on the internet. You get loads and loads of first timers or next timer marathoners are in the group. And we provide lots of advice, coaching, support for your fundraising and to help to get you there to the start line and to have a fabulous, fabulous race. So if you found these tips useful, I hope to see you again soon. I'm Helen, I'm the Cheesecake Runner, and I'll see you all soon.